If you or somebody you know is involved with Temple University or North Philadelphia, you might have heard the name Monteiro. But you might also be wondering, who is Monteiro? Dr. Anthony Monteiro. You were born, if you don't mind me asking,
Go ahead.
when were you born?
1945.
1945. In Temple Hospital?
Yeah,
or
Temple Hospital.
in North Philly?
Yeah.
Right there. Is that Allegheny or Ontario?
No, Broaden, Ontario, I think.
Broaden,
Yeah.
Ontario.
Mhm.
This abbreviated timeline gives us a glimpse into the activity of Dr. Anthony Monteiro at Temple University over the last 10 years. Who is Tony Monteiro?
Tony Monteiro is a friend, a brother, a comrade. He's a man of the people. And I guess we go back about at least 35, 40 years. We was teenagers together in this thing.
Okay.
I was a member of the Philadelphia State Chapter of the Black Panther Party, along with Barbara Cox and Brother Mabir and all other brothers and sisters across the country. Tony's always been there.
State your name and why you're here in support of Dr. Monteiro today.
My name is Dusty Hins. I live in West Philly. I'm here. I started to develop a little bit of a relationship with Dr. Monteiro at a few different events. He came to some move events, and then I also met him when Jeremy Scahill was speaking at the Free Library downtown, and I just kind of gravitated immediately to the passion that he.
Well, my name is Alex Nass, and Dr. Tony Monteiro has been an inspiration to me. He's the only professor I know that's willing to give up his time on Saturday mornings and offer free education. No one else is doing that.
My name is Paul. I met Dr. Monteiro last semester, actually. I had just transferred to Temple University, and it was my first class. Like, I had no idea. I had never been on Temple campus before. Even I grew up in Monteiro. Like, I got off the train and was late and came into class, and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I was so tired, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be in class. And then Dr. Monteiro started speaking, and I was like so interested.
Yeah. My name is Yusuf Kalfani, and as I stated before, Dr. Monteiro was my cousin, and he was there for me when I went through Drexel, graduated from Drexel, and got my master's degree at Penn. And he helped me along the way, and I've known him all my life. And ever since I've known him, his mission has been for the people, the common, everyday people. And he loves his students, he loves what he does, and I just come out to support him in every way I can, which is to support the community and the students as well.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm not a Temple student. I got plugged into this issue, struggle, by my comrades in the Temple Democratic Socialists and the USA. And I think it's really important to support because I think the gap that Dr. Monteiro is trying to bridge between the community and the university is sorely needed, not only at Temple University, but also like just in every university in our country right now. Definitely the university I'm coming from, and I really wish there was a Dr. Monteiro at my university too. So that's why.
Hi, I'm Wanda Jackson. I'm a former student of Dr. Anthony Monteiro's. I graduated May of 13, School of Social Work. I needed one course to satisfy the curriculum, but once I took that course, I wound up following him 6 more times. So I actually had 7 classes with him, and they were so enlightening, each and every course that I had taken with him. What I would say about Tony Monteiro, he's a seeker of truth, and social justice,
And he also, is an advocate and an activist for the, the North Philadelphia community. And there's no other place that he should be other than, you know, teaching kids at this university. This is where he deserves to be. He previously had tenure at the University of the Sciences in Philadelphia, was told that if he came to Temple way back when, over like 10 years ago now, that he was going to receive tenure eventually. And, you know, slowly but surely they just kept renewing his contract year by year, and now they're trying to push him out.
My name is Sintwaki Ngozi, and I met Dr. Monteiro through the Saturday sessions at this establishment. And from those classes, it has transitioned into an awareness of struggle with unfair practices from an institution of the system against citizens in the community. So I appreciate seeing how that has evolved and how it comes together, how we do fight and how we can come together and fight.
My name is Felix. I haven't known Dr. Monteiro very long. I actually just recently, this semester, became active and politicized, so I don't have like really great things to say about Dr. Monteiro except that that's probably the best thing about Dr. Monteiro is that it is so incredible to see a person that can garner so much support and respect and admiration from people, not just in the community, but from his students, that they would just try.
My name's Naveed. What does Professor Monteiro mean? Well, this is the first time I've met you, so I don't have a close relationship with you, obviously. But I mean, I've spoken to people like Paul, I've spoken to Walter, I've spoken to Bashara, and I've asked them the same question: what do you mean to them? And I was amazed at the admiration that they have towards you, and I was really inspired. Talking to guys, talking to Paul and Walter Bashara, and to me, it's more, it's much bigger than just a professor's removal. To me, it represents the fact that you pay just so much, as students, we pay so much money to make this university operate, but we don't have a say in the fate of our valued professors. I think it's absurd, and I've read about you, as much as I can on the internet, and I don't know, I would really love to just sit in one of your classes next week, if possible, but yeah, that's what
Brother Munchie, and the thing that impressed me with Tony is that he talks about poor people in a common man.
So my name is Alexis. This is also the first time I've met Dr. Monteiro. So my feelings are very closely aligned to the beats. But I think that Dr. Monteiro also represents like the broader struggle for like people of color. And I think that's why I'm generally involved. So I obviously haven't met you before.
And I remember I was with my son. And he was a little guy, so I lose track of time. And this guy was sitting across from me, and we just struck up a conversation about the fight game. Because one of the guys, the singers, I used to train with this guy. And he would just talk and talk. He never one time mentioned who he was. And he wrote the thing that they gave out. And in the end, he got up for me and my boy, my son, and he said, I wrote this, something like that. So I asked Brother Rob, who's that guy? He said, that's Tony Monteiro. So it just, and never one time did he say, well, I'm Dr. Tony Monteiro. And I can't say that. The way I talk.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Waters. I met Dr. Monteiro, I think 3 to 4 years ago at Temple's Black Studies Conference, ironically, through the suggestion of Dr. Norman. And through the years, he's struck me as a sincere, dedicated person to the community, amongst many who profess they are. and that's my meaning and understanding and admiration for Dr. Monteiro.
It's just so much bigger than just this. It's like our list of demands are more than just restating the requirements of this. It's like making the North Philadelphia community, I guess, I don't think stand out more, but have Temple recognize them in a better way.
My name is Osaze Bem. Dr. Monteiro is a motivation for me.
Okay, give me your name, your status here, and why it's important for you to be here in support of Dr. Monteiro's reinstatement.
My name is Sabrina Sample. I am a senior here at Temple University in the African American Studies Department, and I'm here supporting Dr. Monteiro just because I feel like he is an irreplaceable staff member in the tradition of struggle and resistance within AFAM. He could probably teach any course, poli-sci, philosophy, you name it, and his absence would totally be just an outrage for the student community here.
I always embrace and try to connect to his Du Boisian scholarship. We have a Du Boisian scholar in our city. I mean, nobody, I don't understand how we don't get that. I mean, if you haven't read any of the books, if you don't know anything about Du Bois, I guess, but that scholarship is so important to me. I mean, and to think about him writing the Philadelphia Negro.
As a student, how do you feel about the fact that Temple wants to just completely get rid of, essentially fire Dr. Monteiro?
I feel like it's a total disregard for his qualifications as being a preeminent Du Boisian scholar, and also for the love that the students have for him. We come to AFAM just to take courses by him. Some people come to Temple just to take courses under him, and so replacing him would be a total disregard for our wants and our needs as students.
My name is Ada Don Martin. Our Creator just seems to always put the best people in my path. And I think you know, Monteiro, how much I absolutely adore you. From the time I met you, you took me under your wing for whatever reasons you just did. And every time I'm in your presence, I feel protected, I feel refreshed and renewed, and I feel appreciated. Each time we speak, I leave knowing more than I did before we started to speak about a variety of things.
Hi again, my name is Scott. I'm with Party. Actually, I met Tony because he was doing speeches with Fred Goldstein on the economic crisis, the permanent crisis of capitalism. Totally profound. To me, Tony represents the tremendous legacy of Marxist scholars and also the Black experience in the United States, and activists, revolutionaries, and taking it right back to in the community and the university. That's a tremendous combination.
How much of an impact has Dr. Monteiro made on the local people here in the community that do not attend Temple University but reside right here on the same streets?
Well, that's funny because Dr. Monteiro is from North Philadelphia and he continues to live in North Philadelphia right now, just blocks away from Temple's campus. He catches the bus to school each and every day, so the people from the community know him, not just as a scholar, but as a man of the community, as a man of the struggle, as somebody who's always advocating for their rights, for poor people, for people of African American descent, for all types of people. So he plays an integral role in representing the community and making sure that we have vested interests in Temple University.
We can answer all your questions with the appropriate people from the administration to assure you that we, as a board, are doing everything to stay focused with this community. I'm going to allow one other comment from the floor, and then we're going to move to the third. Young lady, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Kashara White, and I'm a privileged student. And I just have a simple question. How does this administration see itself in relation to the Black community, which Temple sits in the middle of?
I think it's a question that this board focuses on, it's concerned about, and I can tell you this Temple board and this administration are totally focused on the community in which we live, teach, and work. We're totally committed to diversity, and I promise you a meeting, if your people...
Yeah, but Judge Monteiro, no, that's good, good job.
People that have spoken here so civilly, we promise you a meeting where we'll fully discuss all of that with you. So if you would like...
Discuss it now!
Yeah, let's discuss it now. This meeting stands adjourned. Thank you.
With specifics. We're the students, please answer. Why can't you discuss it now? Why? Monteiro! Justice for Monteiro! Justice for Monteiro!
What Monteiro is to me, I met Dr. Monteiro
and he came to my church and spoke, and he talked about King in a revolutionary way, which was just amazing to me because prior to that I knew about King, but not in that aspect, the radical King. And it was inspiring, and after that I was kind of like stalking him maybe. I was at like everywhere he spoke, and you know, I was just there. And
her own statement that she did not see a black community in the center of this great city where black people have made such a profound and beautiful contribution to what it is and what it will become.
he's like a best friend to me, and I really believe in what he does. I believe what he does in the community, and that's more important to me than, I mean, I love what he do in the academy. That's his job, and you know, and he loves teaching, but I just have a tremendous amount of respect for what he does in the community.
So, hey everyone, my name is Monteiro. I'm with the Student Coalition, the Party for Socialism and Liberation. So, I met Dr. Monteiro at a memorial for Hugo Chavez, I believe. So, you know, it's always like really impressive to meet somebody who like went through all of the experiences of like the 60s, and like I love hearing about, you know, like all the like revolutionary like history that exists in Philadelphia and like across the country. And to like have somebody who's still fighting after like all of those years is like something that's, you know, I think is like really special. And there are not a lot of professors who can teach their students how to fight for a better world. I mean, there's like very few who I can think of who really teach us things that are worth learning. You know, like we're not gonna get like good internships or like jobs with high salaries. Like that's not what like young people need. Like young people need like a revolution. And I think that we can learn how to do that.
I'm Pam Africa. I'm Minister of Confrontation for the MOVE organization. I'm the chairwoman of the Uncompromising International Concern Family and Friends of Mumia Abu Jamal, but I consider myself a sister, a true sister to Dr. Monteiro, because he made it that way. Tony Monteiro, I see him as a great humanitarian. He has a lot of compassion. He has a lot of love for students. I've been over his house. I've been in his classrooms and watched him teach. And I share the experience of a lot of people in this room and Tony's teachings. And but I see him take it a step further.
My name's Jim Sullivan. I'm from Philly PSA and the Student Coalition. Dr. Monteiro, I guess, means a lot of things to me, but I'm assuming I'm the oldest person on the Student Coalition, so I'm like 32. I was born in '82, and I kind of grew up watching on TV the MOVE, everything going on with the MOVE movement, like all the protests and stuff like that. And it kind of made me laugh in my head when I was thinking about it, that I always remember watching all of that stuff going down on TV and saying, like, I want to be down with that. Even if I had to, like, kind of hide that from most of my family members who didn't feel the same way, but I remember always feeling like that. And I think I even cut school a couple times in high school to come down to just check out the rallies and stuff. So like, that's kind of where I first heard about Dr. Monteiro.
So I'm saying the love that you have and respect and the fact that y'all want to fight for Tony. I had to change the flight arrangements so that I can be here and be a part of that fight, because just like you want to be a part of this movement, I want to always be a part of the youth movement, and that's what Tony, you know, represents as well. You know, true family, true commitment, and people coming together as one.
But I finally found a way to Temple and was able to meet Tony like a year ago and absorb his work and the people that he's helped, and like he's become to me now like what I want to be. You know, like, you know what I mean, that's what he represents to me now. Like, he started out as someone like I want to be down with that, and it's like Tony represents like that's what I want to be now.
And what I like about Tony is, you know, he's not afraid of controversy and, you know, and going back and forth with people until either you get it or he get it. And, you know, he's open to that.
And I was sitting in class, and I remember Dr. Monteiro said something about President Obama that I like disagreed with, because I was President Obama supporter. And I was like offended.
A lot of you were.
Yeah. So I went down the steps, and I remember the next day, like for like 2 days, I was thinking like, how am I gonna? I was like working out my argument against him. I was like, I'm gonna teach you this. Obama did this. He's wrong here. And so then I came down to Dr. Monteiro and started talking to him. He was like, all right, come on, let's go get some coffee and talk about it. And in like 5 minutes, my life had changed. So like,
my name's Yvonne King. I met Tony down at the Rittenhouse Ethical Society, and he's lecturing on W.B. Du Bois. That's been probably close to 10 years ago. A former member of the Black Panther Party in North Philly introduced me to him, Barbara Cox. I joined the party in Chicago, and now the other part is still belief in the power of the people here. And, you know, I came from an organization where all power to the people was not just a slogan, was real. And that's why I made the comments I made to you about the things that you students are doing and how they're perceived by the system, and how you must be careful. And this is not a joke, and this is very much a part of something that's much larger than you, me, Temple, Philadelphia, and the United States. I mean, so I'm always happy to be here, not just in Tony's presence, but the people who come around him. And thank you, and I'll continue. And yes, it is winnable. Fight is winnable, and we will. It's winning, not just for him, but for us.